Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping back by. I am Tia. Today is day 17 of Vlog a Day in May. Thank you all for hanging with me for 17 days. However, if it's your first time here, welcome. I hope that you enjoy, and if you like the content, please, of course, make sure to subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, hey, thank you for coming back. Love to know that you're out there and enjoying the content. And if you like this video, always a like would be appreciated, as well as comments. Of course, tell me what you're thinking. So today, I want to add something to the broader discussion of soft life. I was a soft life advocate before it had a name, before it was a trend on social media. It has been my way of operating my life for years, though it is more difficult for me to implement because so much of my life has revolved around the work that I do. So forcing myself, or rather transitioning myself into soft life, has been key to figuring out how to better take care of myself, figuring out how to connect better with my loved ones, making my days more meaningful. I mean, there are just so many benefits, and I am thankful for walking this path. And like I said, I want this video to add to that broader discussion because there's something that I've read that I feel like could really give more perspective to this. And where I read it was in this book, which is Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. Now, this book was published, or at least the passages were published, I believe, in 1984, but the book was compiled and republished in 2007, which is, of course, the copy I have. There are speeches and essays from Audre Lorde in here, who is definitely in my top 3 writers of all time. She's in the top 3. And I love her way of taking very complex and very triggering, for some people, discussions and making them so much more digestible, not making them easy, but just kind of parsing them out so that a person who's committed to understand has more of the tools needed to completely understand the topics that she's describing. So I love her for that and always will. Dear Audre transitioned in 1992 from cancer, so I'm thankful for the works that she left for us, and the topics that she discussed are still valid today. Now, in Sister Outsider, there are multiple speeches and essays. One of the essays is fairly short. It only covers about 3.5 pages or so. And it starts on page 36 of this publication. It is Poetry is Not a Luxury. That's the title of the passage. I want to read a little bit to you, but then I want to discuss a little bit as well. So on Poetry is Not a Luxury, she starts off by describing how poetry is an illuminator. That's how poetry can function. It can function as an illuminator. It can help us form ideas by shining lights on things and giving form to things that were once formless and names to things that were once nameless. So it's beautiful. And then she goes on to describe that there's a dark place within, and I'm reading this directly. There's a dark place within where hidden and growing our true spirit rises, beautiful and tough as chestnuts, stanchions against your nightmare of weakness and of impotence. And that was first published in her Black Mother Woman book from 1973. But she describes this dark place, but this dark place, as she described it, is not dark because of sadness. It's ancient and hidden, and it has survived and grown strong through that darkness. And it says, within that dark space, each one of us holds an incredible reserve of creativity and power, of unexamined and unrecorded emotion and feeling. The woman's place of power within each of us is neither white nor surface. It is dark, it is ancient, it is deep. What I find is that we live in a world, and especially if you are a person who aspires to a soft life, you know, we are often told about light, being light, being light. But the truth is, light is quite different from what Audre describing is the actual reserve of power and creativity, this deep place within us. And so as we walk our soft life journey, part of what keeps us soft is actually tapping into that deep place within us. What we see here is, and there's another part of this. It says, when we view living in the European mode only as a problem to be solved, we rely solely upon our ideas to make us free, for these were what the white fathers told us were precious, which is true. Most of us within Western society, we were told problem solving. That's what's important. Solve the problem. It's very much a hard way of going about things. It's not soft at all. And then it says, when we are more into touch with our own ancient non-European consciousness of living as a situation to be experienced and interacted with, we learn more and more to cherish our feelings and to respect those hidden sources of our power from where true knowledge and therefore lasting action comes. When we walk this journey, we can look at the exterior. We can think of all of the things that look like soft life. But what's really important is to tap into that deeper place, because that's going to help sustain the actual softness that you crave and enjoy. As she puts it, for women, poetry is not a luxury. It is a vital necessity of our existence. It forms the quality of the light within, which we predicate our hopes and dreams towards survival and change, first made into language, then into idea, and then into more tangible action. Poetry is the way we help give name to the nameless so it can be thought. When we are creating these lifestyles that are soft and restorative and beautiful, the key word is creating. And creation doesn't come from light. It comes from darkness. Creation happens in the dark. That's why the universe is black. And it's ever growing, because things are always being created from it. The womb is a dark space where a baby grows. A seed is a dark space where a plant emerges, and so on and so forth. Darkness is where the creativity happens. So as we walk this soft path, remember to tap into that deep, dark place of ancient knowing, because that is where so much of our fuel will come from in order to sustain these lifestyles. Now, there was another part of this, and this one was probably my favorite. Right here, it says, the white fathers told us, I think, therefore I am. The black mother within each of us, the poet, whispers in our dreams, I feel, therefore I can be free. Poetry coins the language to express and charter this revolutionary demand, the implementation of that freedom. One thing I know about soft life is it is a conscious decision to be free of as many of the hardening aspects of life as we can. We are embracing luxury and ease and self-care and beauty and rest. And that is part of feeling. Those are not just things you do emptily and hope that they make you feel better. The feeling is the bigger part. And as it says here, I feel, therefore I can be free. Soft life is revolutionary. It sets you free because it gives you space to feel. But part of how you learn to feel is tapping into that deeper space and taking on the role of poet that's already in you. And you don't have to write it down on paper like poetry is normally taught. Your life is poetry. Your way of showing up in the world is poetry. So know that you don't have to get a journal and you don't have to get a publishing deal to be a poet. Everything can be poetry, and you can live your poetry. And I encourage you to do so. So let's see. There was a little more here. This passage was good too. Sometimes we drug ourselves with dreams of new ideas. The head will save us. The brain alone will set us free. But there are no new ideas still waiting in the wings to save us as women, as human. There are only old and forgotten ones, new combinations, extrapolations, and recognitions from within ourselves, along with the renewed courage to try them out. And we must constantly encourage ourselves and each other to attempt the heretical actions that our dreams imply and so many of our old ideas disparage. This is talking about separating ourselves from the head space and tapping into the heart space. And that heart space leads you to that deep, ancient well of creativity and power, which will allow you to design the soft life that you want for yourself, however you define it. And because you're the poet, you choose the words. You name the nameless. You form the formless with those words so that that life that you desire is exactly as soft as you will it to be. Let's see, was there anything else in here that's worthwhile? All of it, but here's another thing, that continuing that last paragraph that I was reading out of. In the forefront of our move toward change, there's only poetry to hint at possibility made real. What did I just say about this forming and naming things? Our poems formulate the implications of ourselves, what we feel within, and dare make real or bring into action into accordance with our fears, our hopes, our most cherished terrors, which is really funny. I like that phrase. And she goes on to say, there are no new pains. We have felt them all before. So don't feel like that's the depth of your existence. It's not. The depth of your existence is not the pain that you feel. You've already felt them all. It says, we have hidden that fact in the same place where we have hidden our power. They surface in our dreams, and it is our dreams that point the way to freedom. Those dreams are made realizable through our poems, and by extension, our lives, that give us the strength and courage to see, to feel, to speak, and to dare. So I just wanted to share that today. I wanted you all to know that soft life requires tapping into that space so that you can have the fuel to keep going in your quest for a life that is soft and restorative and beautiful by your definition. So the whole book is worth reading. Don't just stop at that. I would make sure to put the link in the description box below. And I hope that you found something really good in what I read and something worthwhile in what I said. And if not, that's fine too. I hope you still got a little entertainment value out of this. And I hope you all have a great day or evening. I'll be back tomorrow. I have about 3 more videos I'm filming over the next day and a half. So that should take me through the rest of the week with ease. And then I'll do some more filming toward the end of the week. But, you know, there will be plenty going up every day. You will have at least 1 video. So I'll talk to you all soon. Take care and continue living soft. Bye-bye.